So, second video here, I kind of had the bulk of the deck. I also did not realize I had 34 freaking creatures here, which is insane. I didn't think that I exactly had that many, but I need the ramp and stuff, so I gotta do what I gotta do, right? 34 creatures. Okay, boom. Now, they all do something, and I hate, like, I used to always build these decks with like no creature interaction, and I don't want to make a control deck here. I want to make an angel deck, so I'm leaving it the way it is at 34. To have excuse me, a monstrous problem though. I got 2 7s, 2 8s. I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 5s. That is a lot. That is a lot of high mana cards. So, I really need to keep this curve low. Like, even with the 3s and 4s, what I have is what I have, fine, but I got to put that out of my mind right now. I got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 3s and 1 2 3 4 5 6 4s. Okay. I have 10 and 12, so 10 1s, 12 2s, 2 zeros, right? I definitely need more in here of the lower stuff. I just need to be able to play things and interact. Obviously, playing angels, there's a limit to that, right? Right, cool. So I'm going to be putting in some lower stuff. These 2 cards, I'm going to tell you right now, I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, but I like a good little 2 mana white, you know, let me remove this thing, especially the way my friends play. So I got exile target artifact or enchantment, revoke existence. Not the best card in the world, but look, it costs 2 mana and there's no recursion. I got a friend who plays this Zur enchanter deck. Oh my god. You get rid of the enchantment, you board white, he just brings them back, brings them back, brings them back. So this is really good for that. Aura Blast. I love this card from Tempest. I put it in all my white decks. 2 mana, destroy enchantment, draw a card. Now, it's very niche, and it's not a great card. Probably not even a good card. But I like that I have an answer to enchantments. It's cheap for this deck. It's 2 or less. And it replaces itself. Again, it's mono white. I need that card draw somehow. The card is not amazing, but I cannot tell you how many times, especially the Aura Blast, woo, help me out there. A lot of my friends do not play with artifact removal too, so it's pretty much up to me to answer any like crazy big threats opponents may play with that. So I got my 37 land over here, which I'll do in another video, which leaves me with 1 2 3 4 5 6 slots. 6 slots left. So I actually ordered a Radiant Archangel. I forgot. I meant to order with this bulk pack. I didn't, so it's delayed. So we can kind of put that aside and just add to the 5. So that's another 5. But it is a great card, especially for angels when all you have is flying. Sorry, there's a fly there. So I'm going to kind of consider that we don't have it. But for the sake of this video, to fill out the 100, I'm going to throw in another card. So that leaves, I got 6 slots right now. 5 if I had Radiant. I'm actually going to take out Mass Calcify and Austere Command. It just costs a lot of mana. Everything in here does. I don't need to add these in to cost more, especially when I can't reduce it. I'd rather just play an Angel of the Dire Hour. So this leaves me in a tricky situation, trying to figure out what to do. So I was thinking about it. I need card draw. And even though it costs like a ton of mana, I'm going to throw in a Vanquisher's Banner. 5 mana, so I can't escape these fucking 5s. But creatures of your type get +1/+1. Obviously choosing angels. Whenever you play a creature spell the chosen type, draw a card. So I have ways to reduce the cost of angels. Way to play them. I have 34 creatures, very few besides like Weathered Wayfarer, Grand Abolisher, Starnheim Aspirant, and Bishop of Wings, I think. Maybe 5, so it's like 28 angels. So I'll trigger to it relatively enough, and it just helps me with the card draw. I'm also going to put in, and this was tough for me to figure out like which way to go with this deck, but I think I should keep to the angel theme. So in the interest of doing that and pumping up and pumping out angels, again, I want to keep the cost as low as I possibly can with this kind of stuff. I'm actually going to put in 2 Planeswalkers, which I didn't think I would do. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I do like it. So Sarah, first off, it's 4 mana. Flying gets +1/+1. -3, I put an angel token out. It has vigilance, which is nice. And then if I do the -6, I get +2 for every time I do the plus effect. I get an emblem with if I control a creature, I can't go below 1 life. So just like that card, like a little Sarah theme, like the angel theme. Does suck, it costs 4, and this Planeswalker costs 5, going back to the 5, but you know what? I got 38 lands in here, so we'll just have to make do with it. This is Elspeth. Oh, wait, let me show Sarah up here, too. Elspeth Resplendent, gotta maximize, get everybody. 5 health to start, +1, choose one creature, put a +1 counter, and then give it flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance. Pretty much never giving it flying, probably not first strike either. Usually going lifelink or vigilance. -3, look at the top 7. You may put a permanent with value 3 or less onto the battlefield with the shield counter, rest at the bottom. Almost never using that just because these angels cost so much. It is nice that it costs 3 or less though. So I could still pull some cool angels and I get a shield counter on it and I don't have to get rid of. It's not like I exile these cards or something. So it could work depending on how the flow of the game goes. And then the -7, create 5 3/3s with flying. So 3/3s, not 4/4s, boo, but it's bodies coming out and it's angels. Now that costs 5. So unfortunately, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 5s, which is a lot. So I need those 38 lands, and I need all of this ramp here. I have like what I would consider ramp, even though some of these cards are not, and there are 15 of them, but I need every single one of them because it's just, I know I'm like a broken record with this, but it's white, and I need to find ways around it. So that's that. That leaves me with 3 slots left. I don't know what to put in here, to be honest with you. I'm kind of torn because I really, really want to put in like an Angel of Ruins. I really like that I can it's a 5/7 Angel. I can enter, when it enters, I can exile 2 artifacts or enchantments, and I can cycle it. So if I ever like draw this early or don't really want it, I can discard this, search for planes, and put it into my hand, which is awesome and helps me mana fix again. This does cost 7 mana though, so like that's not the funnest thing in the world, but I think overall for what it nets me, it's completely worth it. So I'm going to put it in because I can always cycle it too, which I probably will be most of the time. But again, just help me fix that land curve. Next card I'm going for, I'm stuck here. So just to give you guys just what I'm looking at, I got Michiko Konda, True Seeker. Whenever sorcerer opponent controls deals damage to you, that player sacks a permanent. So it's a human, kind of gels, but it's a 2/2 and it costs 4 mana. That really blows, but it's a body. Got Angel Serenity, 5/6. When it enters, exile up to 3 other creatures or from the graveyard, and then when it leaves play, you return them to their owner's hand. So you potentially back their graveyard cards, and it only does creature, and it costs 3 planes. Not the best. Probably skip that one. Chroma's Will, dope. 4 mana. Choose one. It's an instant. Control your commander, which you should, 2. You can choose both. Creatures you control either gain flying, vigilance, double strike until end of turn, or lifelink, indestructible, protection from all colors until end of turn. Or if you control your commander, you get both. So you get flying, which is kind of irrelevant. Vigilance could be irrelevant, but you get double strike, lifelink, indestructible, and protection. So this is a good either swing out card or response to a card. Now it does cost 4 mana, which really, really sucks. I also have a Chroma, Vision of Ixidor. I kind of like having 2 versions of a Chroma, although I don't know if I'll put it in because, again, 7 mana, man, you know. It's a 6/6 flying, first strike, trample, vigilance. At the beginning of each combat until end of turn, each other creature I control gets +1/+1. Basically, if it has flying, first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, protection, reach, vigilance, partner, and trample. So it doesn't count this creature, unfortunately, because they would come in as like an 11/11. But a lot of these angels I have do have abilities like that, especially vigilance. I have a lot of angels with vigilance, and they all have flying. So at minimum, I'm really getting like a lot of +2/+2s on cards, which really adds up, but it does cost 7 mana, so I don't know. Settle the Wreckage is 4 mana. Exile all attacking creatures. They have to be attacking you, though. That player searches that many basic lands, and you put them out tapped. So it's a nice instant removal. It's 4 mana, and it exiles. But you could end up really helping some players with the lands, and it costs 4 mana. But, I mean, makes sense. It's a good card. Luminarch Aspirant. Oh, wait. Let me show you that. Sorry. Boom. Luminarch Aspirant. At the beginning of combat in your turn, put a +1 on each creature you control. on target creature you control. Excuse me, I wish it was each creature. So it's 2 mana, it's a 1/1 body, which is nice, and you constantly put a +1 counter on something, which is nice. I don't know how much it gels with the deck or how necessary it is, because it's not an angel. Then last one I'm thinking about here, Angelic Sleuth, 2/3 flyer. When a permanent leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, create a clue token. This card, I mean, yeah, it might have counters, but it's only going to be +1s, and not everybody's going to have it. So I don't know if this card is exactly worth it, especially for the hoops you have to jump through for a clue token. You create it, then you need to tap 2, then you sack it, and then you draw 1 card. Like, I have ways around that card draw. I don't think that card really works. So in this 2 slot, I was kind of torn as to what to put. You know, how much do I keep to the theme? How much do I not? But considering that I have Angel of the Dire Hour here, excuse me, I also have Ondu Inversion for a board wipe. I think, yeah, I think the best way to go for me, because I have a lot of investment in these angels too. Like, I don't want to just clear the board of the angels and play on. I really don't want to play Ondu unless I have to. Things are fucked at that point. So I don't really want to take, hurt my stuff too much, but I really do need some like 1s and 2s in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like I said, I have 13 2s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 1s, which is not the best. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the angel theme going for sure. And I'm going to keep the getting the most bang for my buck kind of thing going. So I'm going to basically do a dual copy of Angel of the Dire Hours, and I'm going to do a Settle the Wreckage. I just like this card so much. So I'm going to throw that in for the 4. I know, I'm a hypocrite. I think, I'm sure, man, I really want to put Luminarch Aspirant in, just because it's 2 mana. But I think the best bet for me with this deck, especially with my investment, is doing a Chroma's Will, just because I can protect it. It's really nice because I can use card offensively or defensively. I know it costs another 4. I really should have more 1s in here, but it's an angel deck. It's hard. It's just hard to find 1s in here. I have a Ring of Thune, which I might throw in. Depending, I want to do some playthroughs with this deck, but it's 2 mana play, 1 to equip. The creature has vigilance, and if they're white, they just keep putting a +1 counter on in every upkeep, which is dope. So I might do that. I have a Brave the Sands in here too. We'll see. But thank you guys for bearing with me. This is the deck right now. I know I said I got Radiant here. I'm going to take out something. I'll probably take out Elspeth and put in Radiant, just because I think overall it's better and it's quicker. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.